Hi, another repair video from Fast Tech. In this video, I'm going to be disassembling a PS4 CUH-1158, and we're going to be cleaning out the heatsink. We're going to be replacing the thermal paste, and also the fan is completely seized. So I'm going to be doing 3 jobs in one. You have to disassemble the whole console to do this, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that. And this customer came in today. Their system was overheating. At first glance, it looked like the system was clean on the outside, but once I took it apart, I could see that there was a lot of dust buildup in there. The thermal paste was dry, and the fan was completely seized. I'm going to be showing you guys later in the video. And the fan was completely seized, so we have to replace the fan, replace the thermal paste, and clean out the dust buildup in the heatsink assembly. And I'm going to be listing all the tools that I used for this job in the description below. And you can buy them directly from that link. What you're going to require is a Torx T8H screwdriver to open the PS4. You're going to need some thermal paste. Arctic Silver 5 is what I would recommend. And you're going to need some cleaning tools such as an air can. Let's start. We have a client's PS4 here where the fan doesn't spin, and it looks super clean. And I'm going to come to the back of the unit here to show you that all the vents are clean, doesn't have any dust, but you do hear that the fan is trying to spin but doesn't. I'm gonna try to get you guys to hear it, but yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear it on the video. Won't know until I edit this thing, but you can hear the fan trying to spin, but it doesn't. The fan's trying to spin and it can't. And it's just making that noise like it's trying to spin, but then it stops. So I'm going to start a game, and let's see how long it takes for it to turn off. It's going to say PS4 too hot, and then the system's going to shut off. So the fan's still trying to spin, it just makes that noise. There you go. That's the message that comes up. It says PS4 too hot, and then the system shuts off. And this is due to a faulty fan. And we're going to be replacing the fan. I'm going to put the link in the description for the fan in the description box. I'm also going to be showing you guys. I'm going to take the bottom cover off and show you what it looks like when the fan's not spinning. So that's our PS4. I'm going to start taking it apart. I'm going to take the bottom cover off first and plug it in, show you guys how to see if your fan's not spinning. So to do this, we're going to look at the bottom of the back of the console. And then there's these stickers here that need to be removed. If you remove these 2 stickers here, you'll lose your warranty with Sony, but most of these models, at the time I'm making this video in 2018, these first gen PS4s don't have any warranty anymore. The CUH-1000 and 1100 series, none of them have warranty with Sony anymore. So, but regardless, I'm mentioning that fact just in case that matters to you. I'm going to take, we have to take all these stickers off to get to the fan. So I'm going to remove all these stickers. Once we remove the stickers, we're gonna remove the Torx screws. You're gonna need a Torx T8H, and we sell that on our website. Links in the description. Okay, then we're gonna take the back cover off, like so. Okay, as we can see, there's some dust in here. Not a lot. I mean, it's not as bad as some of the other PlayStations that I deal with, but there is some dust here. And I'm gonna plug it in real quick to show you what it looks like when the fan's not spinning. And now it's on. As you can tell, the fan's not spinning at all. You can hear that it's trying to spin, it's making that noise, but it doesn't spin. And flip the console over to show you that it's on. So as you can see that the unit is on. Console's fully booted, the white light's on, it's blowing dust everywhere. The white light's on, that means it's loaded into the PS4 operating system. But the fan's still not spinning. And that's not good. That's gonna make the system overheat, because the fan is critical to keeping the system cool. Otherwise you're not gonna get more than 5 or 10 minutes of gameplay out of it. So we're gonna be replacing this fan. We sell these fans on our website, brand new from Sony. They're original fans, and we do sell them on our website. I'm going to put the link in the description below. And as you can tell, again, system's fully on. The fan's trying to spin, if you can hear it, but it's not spinning. Now what I could do is try to spin the fan, and it might start moving, but then after a while, it's gonna stop again. But actually this one won't, because this one's completely seized. It's like it won't even spin if I try to rotate it. It's like completely seized, so that's not gonna work. So we're definitely 100% we're gonna have to replace this fan. As you can tell, now it's trying to spin, but it can't. So I'm going to start taking the console, I'm going to take the rest of this console apart, and I'm going to show you how to replace this fan, because this thing is completely seized. So we're going to remove the power supply, and then we're going to remove this antenna cable, and then we're going to pull this cable out by pushing the metal clip down and pulling the cable out. We're going to remove this black screw here. We're also going to be removing the power cable that goes to the disk drive to get it out of the way. Then once we have those things removed, we're going to flip the console over, start removing everything else. You can pull the hard drive cover like that. And then we're going to remove the Torx screws that hide underneath. Once those screws are removed, we're gonna lift the hard drive, we're gonna lift this top panel up, and then just pull like so, and it should come off. Okay, now we're gonna remove the rest of these screws. All of these screws have to come out. Gonna remove the heatsink clamp, standard Phillips screws. Okay, get that out of the way. Pull the hard drive out, like so. We're gonna lift this back panel off. It should just come off, like so. Now we see the motherboard. Lots of dust here, we're gonna have to clean that up. Console looks surprisingly clean from the outside. Now we're gonna lift the motherboard up from the front, gently, and then just get it out of the way. Some dust on here as well that we're gonna clean up. Now we're gonna remove the heatsink plate. This is where the heatsink attaches, right here, right behind the CPU plate. And I'm thinking there's gonna be a lot of dust in there that we're gonna have to clean. I've done a video on that before, and we're gonna have to clean the dust this time around and replace the fan, because I bet there's a lot of dust there that's completely blocking the heatsink, and we're also gonna have to replace the fan because, as I showed you earlier, it was completely seized. These screws are gonna have to be removed. They're standard Phillips screws. There's about 3 of them, I believe. Yeah. And get these screws out of the way. Now the heatsink plate is gonna be lifted up. You're gonna get this antenna cable here out of the way. And you're just gonna lift this cable and then lift the heatsink plate out, and all that has to come out because that is gonna definitely block airflow. So yeah, we're gonna clean that out and replace this seized fan. That's the fan that we have to replace. That's the main problem, actually. So we're gonna replace that and clean out the dust and put this thing back together. Okay, there's 2 screws that hold the fan in. We're gonna remove these screws. Lift the fan like so. The fan comes out. As you can tell, it's completely seized. This should be spinning freely, but it's not. It stops immediately. So this is completely bad. We're gonna replace this, and we're gonna clean this out. Okay, so now that I've cleaned out all that gunk and dust, now we're gonna start reassembling this thing. Getting this dust out of the heatsink is also critical because this is the heatsink where all the airflow from the fan passes. So if any of this is blocked, then you're not gonna have good airflow and your system is most likely gonna overheat again eventually, even with a new fan. And dust invites and builds more dust. So this is only gonna get worse. So that is critical that you clean that out as well. So now that I've cleaned out the heatsink, no dust in there anymore. Now we're gonna put the new fan in and start reassembling this thing. So just to give you a comparison, this is our new fan. And this is our old fan. And as you can see, this one spins freely, and this one doesn't. So we're going to install our new Fast-Tech fan. Links in the description for this. We sell these on our website for a very low price. We're going to put the fan in and start reassembling our machine. Install the heatsink. Okay, so in this case, we're going to replace the thermal paste because it's really dry. If the paste is dry and you separate the motherboard APU chip from the heatsink, and if it's super dry, you should replace it. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace the thermal paste also, and I'm going to put Arctic Silver 5 on it, which is the best thermal paste that you can buy. We sell this on our website, and the link's also going to be in the description. So we're going to start removing the old thermal paste. You're going to wipe it down, and then we're going to use some rubbing alcohol to clean it off completely. So what you're going to do is get some rubbing alcohol and clean the old thermal paste off. Put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on that, and it should come right off. You don't want the two compounds to mix, so make sure you get it all off. Same thing with the APU chip. Gonna get all this grease off the corners, off with a knife. Gonna get all the extra hard thermal compound off from the corners. Really, you only have to cover the surface of the chip, but I like to be thorough. Okay guys, now that we have the chip completely clean, you want to get a mirror finish like this where it's completely nice and shiny. Now we're going to apply the new thermal paste on there. That's it right there guys, Arctic Silver 5. This is the Rolls Royce of thermal paste. What you want to do is you want to get a small amount on the APU chip, and also a small amount on the heatsink. Now we're going to apply the thermal paste evenly across the chip. And make sure you cover all the surface area of the chip. Like that. I'm going to cover all of it and spread it around on the heatsink as well. But spreading it on the APU chip is more important. But just spread it around on the heatsink where the APU chip is going to sit. You want to make sure it's evenly applied across the APU chip. That's what's most important. We're going to start putting the motherboard back in. Put the back of the motherboard in first, and then just push the front in. Make sure this cable doesn't get in the way if you haven't removed that one. We're going to connect the fan connector on the left side here. Be careful when you're cleaning out the motherboard. You don't want to short anything. Then we're going to put the back plate on. We're going to install the heatsink clamp. going to put the hard drive back in. Install the rest of the screws. Put the hard drive screw back in. Install top cover back on. I'm getting more dust on it from my hands, but I'm gonna give it a nice wipe on the outside after we're done. Might have to start wearing gloves for some of these. I can put the hard drive cover back on. And we're going to flip the console over on its back. We're going to install all these cables back in. We're going to install the drive cable, push the metal clip down, push the cable in. Then we're going to plug this antenna cable in. And then we're going to reconnect the power cable for the disk drive. Then we're going to install the power supply back in. These pins should line up at the bottom, and then the connector on the right side is going to be connected. I want to make sure this is nice and flat. And we're going to reinstall the screws that hold the power supply in. Antenna cable in. Now that we have all the screws in, we're going to install the top cover on, the bottom cover. Push it down. And then reinstall the Torx screws at the back. I'm going to reinstall these stickers on. And then we're going to put our Fast Tech warranty sticker here because this customer is going to get a warranty with us. Okay, I've given it a nice wipe down from the outside. Now we're done. I'm just going to plug it in to show you guys that the fan is spinning this time and what that should sound like. So I'm going to turn the console on. And as you can hear now, it's spinning smoothly. Nice and quiet, smooth operation. I'm going to plug it in on the TV to show you guys that it works now. So if you liked our videos, don't forget to click the bell next to the subscribe button and like our videos, comment. And don't forget to check out our website if you need any parts or any repair services or any tools that are required for this job at www.fasttech.ca. Thank you. The console is plugged in and running on the TV. And fan spinning, and it's not going to overheat anymore. Nice and quiet. So I'm going to start Far Cry. Well, oh, that's installing. Start application.update. Now it should be able to handle any kind of game you throw at it, including Far Cry or any new game. Before it wasn't even able to handle Minecraft, which uses very limited resources. But now it's running fine, loading all kinds of games. Like I said before, now it's running Fortnite, Far Cry. Before it wasn't even able to handle Minecraft. And now it's running all kinds of games without overheating. So yeah. If you like this video, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and click the bell next to the subscribe button. And don't forget to check out our website at www.fasttech.ca if you need any parts, repair services, or any tools required for the job. And we have a special going on right now for YouTube. You can use the coupon code YouTube and get 5% off any purchase. And we'll catch you in the next one.